Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Just going to do a wee quick update on some Celtic news that's come up in the last hour or so. Both Brendan Rodgers and Greg Taylor were giving press conferences, and from the Brendan Rodgers press conference there were several interesting important nuggets. From the Greg Taylor press conference. With all respect to Greg Taylor, he seemed to speak for 6 minutes or so on the video version, and he said really nothing at all. Seems to be, however, suffering quite a nasty black left eye, but it doesn't appear to be affecting his availability for Sunday. In essence, none of the questions from the journalists were very interesting, and Greg Taylor basically just straight batted them back with stock answers, not really very enlightening, which is such a contrast to when Ali Johnston gives his press conferences, as he always is, for me, entertaining and informative, and Johnston does seem a very intelligent player who seems to analyse things. And I always particularly like seeing Alistair Johnson up when he is nominated player for the week to give the Friday press conference, or the pre-match press conference as it was on Tuesday. Before we crack on with the second part of the video, the Brendan Rodgers press conference review, plus just a wee reminder to all those new to the channel, please do click that subscribe button. We've gone over 400 yesterday, which was brilliant, and so pushing on towards 500. Getting to 500 just puts you up another level in terms of the YouTube rankings, which helps get videos circulated to more and more people, which would be good for there to be an alternative type of Celtic channel. And so if you are new to the channel and are enjoying this sort of channel with a variety of videos, the community section trivia question, the community section polls, please do click that subscribe button. And for all those who have enjoyed the video, please do click that like button. And as I say, there's also the comment section for people to pop in their thoughts, opinions, theories regarding Celtic, the way ahead, how the current season's going in response to this video, etc. So, cracking on with the Brendan Rodgers press conference. Brendan Rodgers was absent from training this morning, and John Kennedy took the training, although that wasn't explained in either his Sky conference interview or the official press conference. However, Rodgers did confirm that Callum McGregor was absent from training today. It would appear, despite what was said on Wednesday after the Dundee game, he actually did suffer an injury and came off at half-time due to that. Apparently his Achilles and calf are feeling a bit tight and sore, which also, according to Rodgers, McGregor often feels late in the season due to the number of games that he plays. Rodgers did seem a little bit more concerned than that about the injury. He is going for a scan today as well, which also would suggest that the discomfort in his Achilles and calf might be a wee bit more than Rodgers is letting on. We have to remember that on 2 occasions Rodgers completely played down the fact that CCV had come off early in a game, such as the Aberdeen game right at the start of the season, and he ended up being out for quite a number of weeks with recurring leg muscle problems. So I'm a wee bit concerned that McGregor will be missing on Sunday for the game against Hearts. Hopefully some further news will come out later today or tomorrow as to what McGregor's scan showed and as to whether he'll be in the squad for the game on Sunday against Hearts. And anything does come out, I will update it in tomorrow's video. Presumably, if McGregor is out, that would open up a recall for Paulo Bernardo to be the starter, with likely Daniel Kelly and Odin Thiago Holm on the bench. On a related matter, it did sound like Rio Hatate is going to be out of first team contention until after the international break. However, that would put him in line for the vital match against Rangers in early April, and one would guess that he's likely to be on the bench that day as an option to come on to shore up the victory late in the game, or to push Celtic on from a draw to a win in that game, should it be necessary. It does appear that Hatate is back in training, but not quite back to full training duties with the rest of the squad, and so it does look like another week or two before Hatate is going to be back in first team contention. Abada remains out of contention for selection for the game against Hearts, and it does appear that Celtic's intention is to sell Abada in the summer rather than letting him go at the moment to America, but there's no official update on that. Also in his press conference, there was some praise from Rodgers for both Yang and Tomoki Iwata, acknowledging that they both played good games against Dundee and against Motherwell. I was a bit disappointed that the amount of praise that he gave Tomoki Iwata for how well he controlled things against Motherwell and against Dundee, and for how well Yang had performed in the last half hour against Motherwell, and for 2/3 of the match against Dundee, how much that praise was compared to Lawrence Shankland. It was almost as if Lawrence Shankland was our player rather than being Hearts' main striker, because Rodgers certainly was full of praise for Shankland and kind of was lukewarm on praising Yang and Tomoki Iwata, kind of saying, oh, it's just early days, rather than, if it was me, I would be really bigging up how well Iwata and Yang had done, given the fact that they are players who have been in and out the team. Yang and Iwata kind of had to wait quite a bit of time recently to get back into first team contention, and I, for one, thought they were in the top 2 or 3 performers in both the Motherwell match and the Dundee match. And if it was my player in a Football Manager game or similar, I would be giving them lots and lots of praise to keep them going for the next match, because I think those two could be very important on Sunday, especially if McGregor is out injured. And I'm going to do a video tomorrow just with a wee bit of further analysis of how we could win the Hearts game on Sunday. So, as I said, very full of praise for Lawrence Shankland. Did, however, kind of swipe away any possibility that implied Celtic were looking to sign him in the summer. I don't know whether that is Rodgers letting a secret out, i.e. that Shankland has said he doesn't want to come to Celtic, he only wants to go to Rangers or go to one of the English Premier League teams who were said to be courting him in the winter window. Or it may be that Celtic have their eyes on somebody else, such as Matthias Kiesgarden, and also looking to sign Adam Ida on a permanent deal. Rodgers didn't go into that, and as always, none of the journalists asked any kind of follow-up question to anything that Rodgers said. So it was a pretty typical Brendan Rodgers press conference. Nothing very much said, except that Kyle McGregor is touch and go for playing on Sunday, and that Rio Hatate is a couple of weeks or so away from being back in first team contention. Nothing else much on the radar for Celtic, and so we'll leave things at that point there. And chat again tomorrow when we'll be doing a wee preview of the Hearts game on Sunday, along with a wee bit of video clips and also a couple of suggestions about where I see Celtic having a potential advantage to beat Hearts on Sunday, exploiting areas that we did so well in the first game at Tynecastle when we won 4-1, and areas where we did less well or very poorly in the follow-up fixture at Celtic Park when we lost 2-0 in a rather dispiriting, demotivating performance. So thanks for listening today, thanks for watching today. Goodbye and hail, hail.